In 1987, Father Gabriel Amorth, the Pope's personal exorcist, a jovial man who favored riding a scooter, visits a particular Italian village. In the village, there is a man believed to be possessed by a demon. Together with the local priest, Amorth enters the room where the man is restrained. The incident of using a St. Benedict medal to perform an exorcism on someone whilst taunting the demon to possess a pig resulted in Amorth facing repercussions from a church tribunal for having acted without permission from superiors. As the demon took possession of the pig, it was consequently killed with a shotgun. One tribunal member is a friendly African bishop, Lumumba, but another is a vicious American cardinal, Sullivan, skeptical of demonic possession. Upon hearing this, Amorth responds that evil does, in fact, exist, and that what he had done was not an actual exorcism, but some psychological performance art to help the individual with mental health issues. Filled with disgust, Amorth leaves the tribunal. Pope Francis assigned Father Gabriel Amorth to visit Henry, a boy from America who was believed to be possessed, in Spain. Julia, Henry's mother, and Amy, his teenage sister, had traveled to Spain to take ownership of an old Spanish abbey, which Andrew, Julia's husband, had left to them after his death in a car accident, of which Henry was a witness. Since the accident, Henry has been silent and traumatized. After a terrifying fire, the workers that were restoring the abbey for the family to sell it left. Henry's behavior became strange and unexplained supernatural events began to occur. Despite numerous medical tests, MRI and blood work results showed no physical discrepancy. Henry is possessed by a diabolical force and requests a priest. Father Tomas Escobel from the local area responds, though Henry rudely scorns him. Following this, Amorth is called in to help and invites Escobel to assist, even though Escobel has not been trained as an exorcist. Amorth has been talked about by Escobel, but he has yet to read Amorth's books. Amorth is convinced that they are great. Amorth stresses the significance of prayer, but Escobel blunders in his task as an exorcist, like strangling Henry after Henry jeers at him for his wrongdoings. The two conduct an exorcism on Henry, yet it fails as Henry blasphemously recites in the process. Furthermore, Henry's demon has taken over Amy as well on numerous occasions. Julia had not subscribed to any faith since her youth, but Amorth still encouraged her to offer a prayer, reminding her of how she once believed her guardian angel guided her. When in Rome, Pope John Paul II fell ill while looking through records regarding the Spanish case and was immediately hospitalized. Father Gabriel Amorth discovers a deep well located on the abbey grounds which leads down to an area that has been deemed demonically dangerous by the church and sealed off. After researching further, he uncovers a sinister story. A founder of the Spanish Inquisition, and an exorcist himself, was taken over by the devil, a circumstance that enabled him to infiltrate the church and subsequently perpetuate a great amount of evil. Amorth uncovers the covering up of the church and eventually unearths the identity of the demon of Henry's, Asmodeus, which will aid in the exorcism. Amorth, an Italian partisan who survived World War II, promised to serve God in gratitude. However, a mentally ill woman asked him for help, but because of his pride, he did not assist her. Sadly, this led to the woman's suicide. On the other hand, Escobel committed fornication with a young woman, although he did not marry her. In a session of confession and absolution, both Amorth and Escobel mutually confessed and absolved themselves of their sins. Amorth and Escobel get ready. Amorth tells her to put on a miraculous metal necklace. In the midst of the exorcism, they experience dreadful visions of the people they let down. Eventually, the exorcism works, because Amorth offers to take possession of Asmodeus, as the entity had said before he aimed to devastate Amorth. Amorth attempted to hang himself, but was prevented by the demon, who instead wanted him to infiltrate and harm the church. Nevertheless, Escobel helped him to banish the demon along with the demonic visages of the two women who had been causing distress to the men. Eventually, the Pope and Henry regained their health and the Vatican bought and purified the abbey. The successful pair journeyed to Rome and learned that Sullivan had gone to Guam, with Lumumba taking his place. Amorth and Escobel are granted access to a unique church archive. Lumumba informs them that they have been given the task of visiting 199 other places of evil, using a map that Amorth came across in the abbey, in an effort to fight back against the devil. Amorth jokingly remarks that the two are on their way to hell.